Tinfoil Consortium says, of all the bookers you worked with, who was, in your opinion, the best, and who was, in your opinion, the worst?
Well, Pat Patterson was the best.
Hmm.
Are you surprised?
No, I mean, I kind of am curious if you can give us any context. Why do you think Pat Patterson was the best?
Because he had the vision to make talents better by tweaking their game.
Okay.
And he never lost sight of good versus evil. And you got to have good versus evil. You got to have baby faces and heels more often than not. Not 100% of the time, but unless a certain situation comes up or a unique situation comes up, you got to have a baby face and a heel. A good guy and a bad guy, a hero and a villain, blah, blah, blah. Patterson was amazing in that respect. Cowboy was an unbelievable booker. Ernie Ladd was an unbelievable booker. Bill Dundee repurposed a lot of the ideas that he had done in Memphis. Of course, we didn't get Memphis TV, so it was new again. And that was smart of Cowboy to hire Bill Dundee, who did a great job. And, Dundee is a lot like a lot of guys. He's got that, you mentioned Jerry Lawler and my buddy, the King, wanted to have one more match. Well, Dundee was kind of that way. He wanted to have another match. He wanted to work. And he was a hell of a good worker. But Cowboy didn't want his booker working until Cowboy relented and allowed Dundee to work some matches. And he always did a good job. But Dundee was a good booker. I'd say Pat Patterson and Cowboy Bill Watts are the two best bookers that I worked with off the top of my head, to be honest with you.
And now a question that, I can't wait for you to tackle. Anthony Valadez says, what's a misconception about you in the industry that you'd like to clear up once and for all?
Well, recently I heard that DVon Dudley thought I was a racist.
You know what? On that note, I'm so glad you brought this up. I thought it might be helpful if we play the clip. I want to give some people some context. I know that you and I, Jim, have drawn some criticism online for not addressing this prior to now. Yeah. We touched on it at the top of the show, but as that interview with Maven and Bubba Ray Dudley went live, JR was in the fight for his life in a hospital bed. Now, no fault to those guys. They didn't know that.
No.
But I didn't feel like it was my place to speak on your behalf or address it or not. So I made the executive decision. We're not going to bother JR with this at all right now and just let him focus on getting well and getting better. Mm-hmm. And now that we're back in the thick of things and we are doing an Ask JR Anything, this question came up multiple times. So I called Jim before we went live today to record this. And I said, hey, we're getting this question a lot and you and I never talked about it. And you gave me your answer. And I said, wait, hang on. We'll do it on the air, but I want to give some proper context. So I know that what we're about to do is going to be quoted everywhere. So I want to make sure that we're being factual. So I think I had Silva pull the audio. We'll play that clip of what DVon said and we'll have good old JR respond. Let's take a listen.
Sure.
First day that we ever got together that we ever experienced or you ever experienced racism?
No, I didn't experience it when we were together because of the fact that when we got together, we were in ECW. And in ECW, I did not experience it. I experienced it in WWE. I experienced it with certain top officials who I don't really want to go and say any names because I feel...
Say names.
Well, I'm just going to say it like this, I didn't wear a 10-gallon hat or anything, but my point was, when a person...
No Sooners!
Yeah. But when a person comes up to you and tells you that they don't like you because of the color of your skin, and you're sitting up there going, wow, really? We're in 1999, 2000, and you're still coming to me and saying crap like this? There were certain people in that organization in that time that felt that I should not have said anything, who had power to basically bury me, if need be, just because I might have stood up for what I felt was right.
So, Jim, I'll give you a chance to respond.
Well,
DVon alleges that you said, I don't like you because of the color of your skin.
That's so absurd. It's not even, it doesn't merit a response. I like DVon. I like him today. I hired he and Bubba. I thought we did a good job of booking them. They made money. They were put in situations where they could do the things they do best. Those TLC matches were pieces of art. They'll last forever. The Dudleys are a major part of that. Bubba, I know Bubba for sure because I've heard it, was involved in the booking of that stuff. And I don't know. I was shocked to hear that because I don't recall, Conrad, ever having a crossword with DVon Dudley. I always respected him and his work. I love the Dudley tag team. So it took me totally off guard. I never said that to DVon Dudley, and why he would conjure up that, I guess, to get attention. Maybe I thought, well, maybe he's not as happy with his post wrestling life as Bubba is, because Bubba's made a tremendous success of himself as a broadcaster, and still works. So I never said that, and I wish it had not. Some people, I'm sure, are going to still believe it, and that's their prerogative. But I'm not angry at DVon. I'm curious and don't understand why he went there. Just don't get it.
Jim, respectfully, when I first heard it, I didn't think he was talking about you. I thought maybe Maven had jumped to a conclusion. Because we've seen MVP do other promos about different WWE executives or interviews about other WWE executives, and he never names names specifically, but we can all sort of deduce who he's talking about. And then in more recent months, he's started to say names out loud. So I just assumed, oh, this must be what he's talking about, because never have I ever heard that accusation lobbed your way. And I know that sometimes you get lumped in because we know that at different points, people have been disappointed in things that Bill Watts has said.
Yeah.
But never has anyone, that almost feels like guilt by association. Never has anyone that, as far as I know, made an allegation like this in your career. And it feels like if it was going to come up, it may have come up before now.
You'd think.
So,
You'd think, Connie. But I'm sorry that we said we're going to answer any questions.
yes.
And we don't lie to our audience.
Yes.
We respect them and we love them and we appreciate their business and supporting our show. But I can honestly say, at my age and health situations and everything else, I got nothing to gain by saying, yeah, I said that one time. I really regret it. I never said it. But in any event, I still have great respect for DVon, and I'm glad that we got to work together. But I never uttered those words. Ask some of the African American athletes that I signed. Ask Shelton Benjamin. If JYD was here, ask him. Butch
You
Reed.
just talked about Ernie Ladd for a half hour in this show.
Yeah, I loved Ernie, and Ernie taught me so much. But one of the things that he taught me was how to effectively work with African Americans, and he was just amazing. And I owe Ernie, who's pretty much a 6'9" black man, a lot, and I feel blessed that I got the chance to know him and work with him. But there's a lot of I always had great respect for those guys that we hired, and you got to respect them or it ain't gonna work. And I respected DVon. I respect DVon Dudley today. I wish that we had not had to cross this bridge that doesn't even exist.
I don't think DVon would classify himself as a fan of yours, but I'm a fan of the Dudley Boys. A couple of years ago, me and my best buddy Dre, we dressed up as the Dudley Boys and had a blast with it. I have trolled some of my friends who are not ECW fans, like Beltmaker Dave Milliken. I would always ask him, hey, who's the greatest tag team of all time and why is it the Dudley Boys? So I hold the Dudleys in really, really high regard. And I've only met DVon a few times, but he's always been just the best. 10 out of 10. I'm curious, do you think are you interested in having a conversation with DVon? Would you go have some barbecue with him one day, or where is that with you?
If he was buying, I might.
Well, that's fair.
Hey, if it came up, I wouldn't boycott that opportunity, but I wouldn't go seek it out either. I haven't seen DVon in years and years. Maybe I should. I don't know, but I'm not mad at him. I just don't. I'm puzzled by why he said what he said.
Did you put Christmas on a credit card? Don't stress out about that extra holiday spending. SaveWithConrad.com can help you consolidate all of your high interest rate credit cards into one much lower monthly payment. SaveWithConrad.com has helped families just like yours save up to $800 a month. You don't need perfect credit or money out of your pocket. And did I mention no payments until March? So don't make saving money a resolution next year. Make it happen today at SaveWithConrad.com.
NMLS number 2129, equal housing lender.